Peace, family. Peace. I was sent a video a couple of days ago by someone in my inbox. They sent me a video of a man called Tariq Nasheed. Now, Tariq Nasheed is from the Foundational Black Americans. I'd done a video on him around about a month ago, and I basically said that African Americans have an identity crisis. Now, I stand by those words. Tariq Nasheed has seen the video, and Tariq Nasheed has responded to the video. So I'm gonna look at his response and try and clear up some things and try and ask some questions to see just how solid the foundational Black Americans are.
Somebody sent me this link of some dude. He made this one dude, I think he's in the UK. I don't know. I think he might be either Nigerian or from Jamaica. I don't know who he is, but he was criticizing me.
I'm not Nigerian, by the way.
Talking about, us being foundational Black Americans and talking about how Black Americans, this dude, now I want y'all to listen to this. He's talking about how we, foundational Black Americans, we have an identity crisis. So I think this guy is Nigerian, by the way.
No, I'm Jamaican.
He's talking about how foundational Black Americans, we have an identity crisis. Now I want y'all to listen to this. Somebody sent me this. And listen to the projection and the lies that this type of guy, dudes like this use. Listen to the projection and the lies. Hold on. And while I'm doing this, hit the Hidden History Museum link and contribute to the museum.
Recent years, I've been watching the African American community, right? And the African American community seem to be going through an identity crisis. That's just my own personal view. So what I've watched is African Americans say that they're African American. Then I've heard them say that they're American, they're not African. I heard them say that they're Black, and then came in, they said they're not Black, they're Moors. Then they said they're not Moors. Then they said they are Aboriginal.
Yep.
Then they said they're not Aboriginal, that they are ADOS. And
Right.
then they went from ADOS, which is American Descendants of Slaves, to FBA, which is Foundational Black Americans. So, to me, right, watching that from over here, seems like there's an identity crisis with a lot of Black people in America.
Right.
It's not.
Currently, the FBA, Foundational Black Americans, is being led by a guy called Tariq Nasheed.
Okay, let's stop there. I'm not leading foundational Black Americans. You can't lead a lineage. A foundational Black American is what you are. You're born a foundational Black American.
All right, I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to continue. Right, so he says he's not leading the foundational Black Americans. However, most of the rhetoric from foundational Black Americans is coming from Tariq Nasheed, from as far as I can see. Now, foundational Black Americans may be a group of people. However, the main voice, Tariq, is yours. You know that, and most of the people that call themselves foundational Black Americans know that. You say it's a lineage. I want to kind of touch on that for a second. You say it's a lineage, and lineages are found in DNA. And as far as I know, you can't find foundational Black American anywhere in anyone's DNA. So I want to understand your thinking and your reasoning behind that for a sec. Let's continue on.
I cannot lead a lineage. When I speak of foundational Black Americans, see, don't mix me with ADOS. ADOS is a bullshit LGBT organization that means anything. I don't know what that shit is. It's a whole bunch of bullshit. Foundational Black American, that's a lineage. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You can't lead a lineage. It's a lineage. You are a foundational Black American. If you are a descendant of slaves, if you came from this lineage, if you are a non-immigrant, you are a foundational Black American. If you are part of the group who founded and built America, you are a foundational Black American. That's not an idea. That's not a theory. A group of Black people built America. That's a fact. There was a group of Black people who built America from scratch when there was no America. It wasn't immigrants. It wasn't Europeans who did it. It was foundational Black Americans, a very distinct group of people who are part of the Aboriginal black people who were here and some of the black people who were brought over later on.
Hang on.
Okay?
Hang on.
That combination.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. So, okay, so you say that the Foundation of Black Americans built America, and they are from a distinct group of people who were originally here, and then some, you said, that were brought over from somewhere else. Well, that somewhere else would be Africa. And see, this sounds like an Aboriginal argument. It sounds like, in my personal view, this is why I say African Americans are going through an identity crisis, because it's as if you don't know who you are, okay? And when you don't know who you are, you tend to cling on to things that are not of you. So if you do your DNA, like I said before in my previous video, what does it come up as? Does it come up as that you're what, Cherokee Indian? Does it come up as you're, I don't know, Navajo? What does it come up as? I'm sure your DNA will come up as a large percent of African. So the fact that you are now claiming more original status than you are African status is just interesting to me. Let's carry on.
And the activities that we had to endure makes us foundational black Americans. It's that simple. So it ain't led by anybody. It's a lineage. It's that simple. All right, I just wanted to clear that up. See how they try to remix shit for their own narrative? Hold on.
Nasheed has done a documentary series, which has, you know, become very popular, called Hidden Colors. I watched Hidden Colors. I like the documentary. I think there were some things that were missed in that documentary. But what I have noticed is these quote-unquote foundational black Americans have a disdain to some degree for people who are black, quote-unquote, but not from America. So
okay, see that? See, two lies for the price of one.
Really?
Ladies and gentlemen, when they say that, that's these niggas projecting. That's them projecting. We don't have no damn disdain for none of these people. We're just not going to let you come over here and undermine us. Black Americans, foundational black Americans, let's be clear. We don't give a damn about what y'all doing over there. That has zero concern to us. We do have a problem with y'all being brought here to undermine us, to actively work to harm us. We have disdain for that because that makes you a coon. We have disdain for the Candace Owenses and all these people who come here to undermine us.
Okay. This word coon is thrown around a lot, all right? I'm trying to understand, okay, by whose yardstick is someone a coon? Because someone could say that you were being a coon by setting division between groups of black people when we have a shared experience. Now, I'm sure you have your own yardstick for what a coon is, so I'm going to listen a little bit more. But I just think it's quite interesting because I've been called a coon before. But I'm just wondering what the yardstick for a coon is, and if, you know, if there's some certain criterias that you've got to that you've got to adhere to become a coon.
So miss me with that, we just have disdain for you because you're a foreigner. No, that's you projecting, brother. Let me play the rest of this lying Negro.
He's called me nigger, brother, and lying Negro all within like a minute. That's amazing. Go for it.
So already, this is what we have disdain for. People from other cultures who come from these lying ass cultures, a culture of lying and scamming. Brother, you're a liar.
Ah, okay. Okay, so because you think I'm Nigerian, now I'm from a lying and scamming culture. Joke's on you, Tariq. I'm not Nigerian. I'm not from a lying and scamming culture. So, if you want to talk about projection, you might want to look in the mirror there, my friend.
Because that's a damn lie you just told with a straight face. That's what we have disdain for.
So they don't like Caribbeans and they don't like Africans from the continent.
Where are you from? Where am I from? I'm from New York.
Okay, so he's playing this as an example of why we, quote unquote, don't like Africans and Caribbeans. This is a coon who was in our chat room. Y'all remember we were doing a live. This was a foreign coon who was trolling all day. He was in the chat room trolling and calling us all types of fucked up names, and he was trolling foundational Black Americans, and he got on and I lit his ass up. Okay? Let's be clear.
Why would y'all like...
Where is your family from?
From Jamaica.
Okay, shut the fuck up and respect foundational Black Americans.
I'm not respecting none of that coon shit. What are you talking about?
The coon is you, and
Why?
you're coward.
That speaks to my point. Everyone's a coon to someone, right? So I don't know whose yardstick. I don't even know what yardstick the guy on there is talking about by calling you a coon. So everyone's a coon to someone, it seems.
Fucking family that had to bounce because you failed in Jamaica, nigga. That's
because we failed in Jamaica?
You failed in fucking Jamaica.
And then what happened to everybody that's in America?
Nigga, we're still here fighting. That's what we doing. We didn't run like bitches.
So you
ran like a bitch.
So FBA.
I'm saying you.
Wait, no. I'm gonna ask you. Let me ask you.
You ran like a bitch.
Let me ask you something. FBA,
I'm telling you. No, don't ask me nothing.
No. Because I'm tasking
your family.
FBA support Malcolm X.
Nigga, your family ran like bitches.
Does FBA support Malcolm X?
You ain't at liberty to say nothing about the foundation of Black America. Nigga, Malcolm X ain't got nothing. The Malcolm X was half foundational Black American. You ain't got nothing to do with Malcolm X.
You say he was half?
Yes, he was.
But
his dad was a foundational Black American.
The whole thing that he's talking about came from a Jamaican nigga. What are you talking about?
Nigga, first of all, Marcus Garvey was a Jamaican. He said y'all weren't shit. Marcus Garvey didn't get shit popping in Jamaica. He got it popping here. Y'all try to tell the Marcus Garvey lie. Marcus Garvey left Jamaica in disgust because of coons like your bitch ass.
She's a Nigerian immigrant.
Hang on. Right. Little history lesson. Yes, Marcus Garvey did go to America. Just Marcus Garvey got shit popping, let's say. Millions and millions of followers of the UNIA. Millions and millions of Black people that, though, said that they prefer to go back to Africa than live in the Caribbean or in the Americas. So yeah, you're telling him to respect foundational Black Americans. Maybe you should respect Jamaicans, because if you want another history lesson, without Marcus Garvey, there would be no Martin Luther King. There would be no Malcolm X. There would be no Farrakhan. Marcus Garvey is the blueprint for all of them. Without Marcus Garvey, you wouldn't have the rest of your so-called leaders. Also, you wouldn't even have hip-hop music. Here's another history lesson. The Godfather of Hip-Hop is DJ Kool Herc, another Jamaican, who brought the sound system from Jamaica over to New York and created hip-hop music. So maybe you should start respecting Jamaicans a little bit more, Tariq.
And we've told you over and over again about those Nigerian bedwenches and coons who come over here who can't wait to get up under white mommy and zaddy.
Nigerian bedwenches and coons while wearing a t-shirt with Africa on it. Okay.
We can easily put this argument to bed as to who you are. You will take DNA tests, you will show who you are.
Right.
And I'm sure it will come back that you are actually from Africa.
Okay. This is tether babble talk, okay? Let's stop this. Well, let's look at your DNA. Look, everybody came from Africa. If you do a DNA test on damn near everybody on the planet, some of their DNA is gonna go back to goddamn Africa.
Correct.
We ain't talking about DNA and genetics. Genetically, yes, we have African DNA.
You don't talk about genetics, but you're talking about lineage. What are you talking about, Tariq? You talking about genetics or lineage? Which means now we're not talking about lineage and genetics, or are we? What you talking about, man?
Have African DNA because everybody on the fucking planet comes from Africa. I'm out here in the middle of damn nowhere. I'm by the Indian Ocean. Over right next to me in North Sentinel Island is an island full of fucking Black people. Black as hell. Now, if we were to test them, the shit would go back to Africa. But culturally, these people ain't been in Africa in 65,000 years.
Right.
There's people here in the Maldives blacker than me.
So let me try and get this straight. Are you saying that foundational black Americans are more culturally different, okay, to other people? If you are, because you said lineage, and so if you're talking about culture, I totally understand, because the culture of black people in America is different to other black peoples around the world. So I get that. But when you said lineage, it's a different thing.
If you test their DNA, it's going to go back to Africa. These people are jet black over here where I am, by the way, guys. But culturally, they're their own, they got a whole different culture. When Negroes try to play that, well, the DNA, everybody, we do your DNA, is going to go back to Africa. See, that's the way these tethers can leech off us. See, the name of the game is for them to leech off of our achievements and accomplishments as foundational black Americans, because foundational black Americans will get some shit popping.
Okay, so we want to leech, or people want to leech off the accomplishments of foundational black Americans. If I seem to recall your DVD series or your documentary series, Hidden Colors, you went through a multitude of black achievements from Africa and African people, okay? And you made, I'm guessing, some good money off of that documentary. Should I say that you were leeching, okay, off of the achievements of African people to make a documentary? If the rhetoric you're going to spew now is that we are trying to leech off of you, it doesn't make, this is all division. Black people all around the globe have achieved things. You can go down to southern Africa and find the oldest calendar in the world, dated at 75,000 years old. You can go up into the interior of Africa and you can find the Ishango bone, the oldest mathematics device known to man, dated at 25,000 years old. You can go to Eastern Africa and find Nabda Playa. You can find the 11,000-year-old calendar there. And then you can get to the monument building within the Nile Valley through Nubia and Egypt. I would say that is all of our heritage. However, no one group of people are going to be talking about leeching off of the achievements of black people from ancient times. But all of a sudden now, people want to leech off of your achievements. Your achievements are our achievements, and our achievements are your achievements, if you see it that way.
We'll get something popping. So they need to be able to grasp onto that by showing, okay, at least we got a genetic connection, so whatever you get, I'm supposed to get. If you get some, I'm supposed to get it too. But if they get some, hey, get your black ass off of it. That's why, let's go back to the Olympics. When those two Jamaican women won the Olympics, all of a sudden it became Jamaicans are the best and y'all Americans ain't shit. Whoa. Yeah, black Americans ain't shit, Jamaicans are the best. Oh, we so much different from y'all black Americans. We eat different, everything. So all of a sudden y'all different.
This is petty stuff. This is actually petty. Jamaicans are the fastest runners. There was a time where Americans were the fastest runners at the Olympics. They're all black. Now people are repping their countries. That's what people do at the Olympics. Are you getting in your feelings about people repping their countries for the Olympics now? That's a little bit petty, in my personal view.
When the Jamaican women won the relay, when the Jamaican women won the relay, they started going in on the black woman who didn't even compete. They made a point to differentiate themselves from black Americans.
Seems like a perpetual victim. I'm not gonna lie to you. Seems like you're a perpetual victim. So people can't rep their countries now without you getting in your feelings. Like, people rep their countries. People are from Haiti. People are from, you know, Nigeria. People are from Jamaica. Black people are from all over the world. When it comes to the Olympics, you rep your country and now you're getting in your feelings about people repping their country?
Because culturally, we have different cultures and we have different ethnic groups. Even in Africa, see, don't let them run that. If you run the DNA, niggas on Africa, niggas in the continent of Africa share the same DNA on the same continent, but they be warring and beefing against each other because of tribal differences. They are the masters of that. In Africa right now, you have people living not on the same continent, but in the same country, looking the same way. But talking about, nigga, I'm Igbo. Fuck all that Yoruba shit you talking. Y'all got tribal beefs within your country. Forget about the continent. Y'all have tribal beefs, DNA to be damned. In your country, you got tribal beefs that DNA shit don't mean nothing to y'all.
One of the unfortunate things that happen with black people, and I would agree with you there, is that we have intertribal warfare and intertribal cultural beefs. I agree with you. However, it seems Americans are not exempt from the same type of intertribal wars. You have Bloods and Crips and all kinds of different gangs who are warring, who are all black. You have your different factions who are warring. So it's an unfortunate thing. I would agree with you, but I'm just saying that you as an American are not exempt from intercultural or intertribal warfare.
Y'all know different ethnic groups have different ideologies, and y'all use that shit to battle and war against each other all the time. The problem is, we done stopped letting you do it to us. That's the problem. We have stopped letting y'all pull that shit on us as foundational black Americans for years. We sat up and let them come around us, undermining us, doing all types of little sneaky shit. So now we're checking everybody's paperwork now. We're checking everybody's passport. When you come around us trying to speak for us, nigga, let me see your documents, my dude. Who are you? Because you sound funny, nigga. The shit you talking sounds weird. We trying to get something built and you trying to hate on it. Who are you, my nigga? Miss me with that we got the same DNA, because look, we had the same DNA when some of them Igbos was selling brothers too, right? When them Igbos was getting with the Portuguese traders, when they were getting with them damn Spanish traders and them Portuguese slave traders, yeah, we shared the same DNA too while they were waving bye-bye when niggas was floating on them boats to the Western Hemisphere. We shared the same DNA too. Don't come hollering at me about no goddamn DNA now when we done woke up and said, hey man, enough is enough. Y'all niggas are, we ain't on the same page. Y'all niggas are off code with us. But hey, look, I took a DNA test, brother. My brother, look, we're from the same region. You and I are the same. And the minute some white folks come around, fuck that nigga.
I don't know that experience, Tariq. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know that experience. Like I said, I'm doing this video because I'm just trying to address some things. You're black, I'm black. Fine if you say, okay, you're from the UK and you're Jamaican, you don't want to rock with me. That's absolutely fine. I don't beg anyone's friendship. But it seems like you're in a perpetual state of attack, and sometimes when you're in a perpetual state of attack, you don't see who your allies are, because you see everyone as an enemy. And it seems the way you're speaking right now is that you see every other person who is not a foundational black American as your enemy. That's down to you. If you're in a perpetual state of, everyone's against me and I'm the victim, so be it. That's down to you as a human being. I can't tell you what to think or what to do. But yeah, it must be a very anxiety-ridden place that you live in, to tell the truth, to see everyone as your enemy. I would say this. I have heard foundational black Americans, I've heard you specifically, actually, talk about America being a white supremacist nation. It's no secret that America was built on white supremacy. The laws were made by white supremacists. White supremacists killed the Indians. They built laws and statutes and government based around white supremacy. I agree. However, what is very interesting to me is this. Foundational black Americans, I've seen them ask for reparations. And last time I checked, the total amount for reparations was in the trillions or multi-billions. So I'm trying to understand, from a purely logical and objective basis, if you think America is a white supremacist nation and it doesn't treat black people the way it should treat black people, what obligation would a white supremacist nation who doesn't like black people have to give you billions or trillions of dollars? Doesn't make sense to me. Sounds like exercise in futility, asking for reparations. I get why you're asking for it. I've said on many occasions, I believe black people in America are owed reparations. But my thing is, are you going to get it? Are you going to ask for something from a people that don't give a fuck about you? And if you do keep asking for something from a people that don't give a fuck about you, seems like you are going to look like the idiot at the end of the day. We live in an unfortunate time where I don't think anyone's going to get reparations. That's just my own personal view. Like I said, do I think that black people deserve it? Yes, I do. But I don't think they're going to get it, because I don't think that America is invested in crippling its economy for black people. I just really don't. I don't think America is going to give black people billions and billions or trillions of dollars and cripple their economy out of the goodness of their heart to something that happened how many years ago. We've heard the rhetoric from many people saying, you know, it was so long ago, we can't calculate how much reparations is, you know. I don't see why you would still be asking for reparations. Though, like I said, you do deserve it. But it's like asking somebody who is immoral to all of a sudden be moral. What obligation do they have to be moral? None. But we'll continue.
No, we're not playing that game, bro. No, we're not playing that game at all. Let me play some more of this dude. We ain't playing those games at all. Hold on.
Your DNA, your genetic line will be from Africa. I've watched African Americans say that they're Hebrews, the original Hebrews. I've watched them say that they're original Muslims, and I'm just wondering when.
They do that in Africa, dude. They do that in Africa, dude. What the? We got an identity crisis, and they do the same thing in Africa.
We're going to get to a time for quote-unquote African Americans to understand who they are. The history of black people in America is it's not a happy history. So, as far as we know, they were taken from the continent.
It's not a happy history. How happy was the history in Africa now, nigga? Nigga, Africa is in poverty right now. It's in squalor. How happy is the African history right now? Nigga, things are worse in Africa.
It's interesting you would say that, actually, after doing Hidden Colours, knowing the history of Africa, and being such a loud voice about what white supremacy can do. Because if you can actually, if you can notice white supremacy doing things to black people in America, could you not notice white supremacy doing things to black people in Africa? There's a book, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa, by Walter Rodney, I believe, which will systematically show how Europe underdeveloped Africa. And these are things you would know, or you should know, as a historian, I would have thought. But it seems like when it comes to addressing foundational black Americans, all of a sudden you've got amnesia as to how Africa became in squalor. But you can see how black Americans became in squalor. Seems like you've got a selective memory there, Tariq. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What are you talking about? It's not a happy history. Like shit is popping in Africa. Nigga, your accent is British. Mm-hmm. This nigga is up here talking with a British accent because he had to get the fuck out of Africa. This nigga got a British accent talking about things weren't happy in Africa. Nigga. I mean, things weren't happy in America for black people. Things weren't happy in America. Nigga, you up here in
That's a shit British accent, by the way.
You ain't in Africa, bruh. Talking about things weren't happy in America, and this nigga up here with a British accent.
I think it's funny. I think it's interesting. That's very weird. So you can acknowledge my British accent as a black person, right? Because I'm not from Nigeria, by the way. You keep thinking I'm Nigeria, which is why you're speaking like this. But you've got an American, you're speaking English, just like I'm speaking English. So if you're speaking English and I'm speaking English, and we're both black, doesn't that show that our history, the reason why we're speaking English, even though it's not our native tongue, is because of our history? But you want to act like you don't know why I would be speaking English, but you know why you're speaking English. Come on, bruh. Let's finish there. I'm a round up now. Tariq, I just want to say, listen, I don't have a problem with you. I do think you're divisive. I don't know you personally. I do think what you're doing is quite divisive. And I understand that you feel aggrieved. This is what it seems like. I feel like you are in a perpetual state of attack. I just think you may need to refine your stance. You're not going to. You're a grown-ass man. I shouldn't actually tell you. I don't tell men what to do, actually. It's just my opinion that you seem like you're in a perpetual state of attack and everyone's your enemy. Now, if that's working out for you and you're happy and you're fulfilled, then by all means, go ahead. I'm just responding to the video that you made because as a Jamaican myself, hearing you speak about Jamaicans, you know, he's got a coward family that bounced from Jamaica and blah, 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 blah. You know, I was like, I'm going to have to respond to that. And so, yeah, I'm just going to say I don't have a problem with you. I think you're misguided a little bit, but it's just an opinion, isn't it? But yeah, that is my general opinion of you having a general opinion on me.